Hey, Dandy. Hey, Tominator. Hello, John. Brooke, Alyssa, Kat, Czar, Fernanda, Yum Yum, Gaming, Down Under, Chibi. Hey, Ugly Hobo. Hey, Fifth. Karen, Lovely, Gunrar. No, I can't. Hey, Bo. Hey, Chris. Hey, Rainbow. Hey, Chandra. Hey, Danny. Hey, Travanda. Haven't heard about R. Kelly, and I don't really, whatever. Unless he's been sent to prison, it's not going to be good news. Hey, PetSmart. Ramona. I haven't been comfortable doing Ramona since I came out as trans myself. Hey, Jimmy. Ramona was like a character and 30 years. Oh, nice. Okay. I was assuming it was going to be frustrating news about R. Kelly. Like, did you hear about R. Kelly? I was like, ugh, what did he get away with this time? But oh, okay, so that's good. Listen, no, Ramona is not going to be my. I mean, yeah, Ghislaine and Glitter probably should have gotten longer. So that is definitely good news that R. Kelly's going to prison then. Because fuck that guy. Hey, Triggers. Hey, Hilda. Hey, Lovely. Hey, Heather. Hey, Mark. Hello, Jessica. Not yet. I don't consider myself one yet. Yeah. Yeah, Ramona was never going to be my, hey, Lena, my name. Chantel just came up with that name for a bit, for a skit. So, yeah. No, Gunner. My dream look? I don't know. I don't know what look I'll really go for. I'll shave. Yes, I'll still be okay with people calling me that, Chris, because that's been my nickname for a long enough time. Look up names online. Nah. Implants. I don't know. I don't really know long term what I'll be doing. When am I getting a haircut? I don't know. Sure, Paneer. What's your question? Veronica. Suppose it's not a bad name. Not yet, Gunner. Bottom surgery? No, no intention of getting bottom surgery. No, Jimmy. My name is actually James. Hey, Mont. Electra. Don't think I'll do that one. Flashlight? No. What do I do for work? Right now, Apinal, I do this for work. Triggers, people can call me whatever they want. Uh, I do not walk around the villa naked. I actually don't feel comfortable being naked. Hey, Kelly. Sorry. A lot of the chat was going pretty fast, so yeah, I guess I missed it. Sorry. Because I want to gaming. Of course, I always miss her when she's gone. I always miss her when she's out. Naked in bed with AC. It is hot these days. Please show cat. If they come up here, maybe I'll grab one of them later. Oh, so apparently A soft rock radio station in Vancouver kept playing Killing in the Name. Hey, Rara. Yeah, soft rock, like some soft rock radio station out, I think it was Vancouver, just kept playing Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine over and over and over. Crystal? I mean, yeah, there is a way for me to see who's in the chat. I have not, Lena. Hey, Reaper. Which is amazing. Apparently, it seems to have been a protest over a couple of DJs getting fired. But yeah, just amazing that they kept playing that song. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a damn good song. Oh, I have a cat. Yeah. Here, you wanted to see a cat, and apparently I already had one. No, Chantel's not cut my hair yet. Yeah. Speaking of Rage Against the Machine, Rage Against the Machine is going to be playing at Ottawa Blues Fest in July. Really want to go see that. Fucking Rage, guys. Hell yeah. Zach De La Rocha? Yeah. Yep. As far as I'm aware. Hey, Val Loves Jay. Shut the fuck up, Betty. Good on you, yes, sir. Stream started less than 10 minutes ago, Kermit. So it's really not just that. I showered a couple hours ago. I showered. Yeah, I showered a couple hours ago. My hair is actually dry at this, or mostly dry. Maybe not entirely dry. We'll see, Reaper. That's cool, Hobo. Not surprising at all that they would do that. They've always been very much in favor of all progressive causes, but reproductive just as well as something that they've always cared about. Nancy, I would not date a guy. I am not attracted to men. Gonna pizza? Pepperoni, probably bacon. I haven't eaten yet today, Jessica. Trans man? No. I would not date a trans man because I'm not attracted to men. Yes, sir. The answer to that is nobody really cares. If you are proud of refusing to date trans women, then you're an asshole. If it's just, I can't get over the genitals thing, the truth is no one actually gives a shit about that. Like, trans people understand that a lot of cis people have trouble getting over genitals. Probably, Kelly. Yeah, Maher's a fucking... Bill Maher is a Republican who votes Democrat out of habit at this point. No plans to, Rara. No plans for members only. Jessica, I mean, you are what you say. Like, if you want to be, like, if you consider yourself bisexual, that's fine. You know, bisexual can totally include trans and non-binary and gender fluid and all that. Bisexual, it can't include all that stuff. So if you consider yourself bisexual, you're bisexual. If you consider yourself pansexual, you're pansexual. It's either one is good. Chris, I haven't really looked up the details on what gets covered. Hey, Jordan. Non-binary people. So non-binary means they don't identify as man or woman. Gender fluid means that they can identify as either or neither. So a gender fluid person, you know, they might spend months as a man and then end up deciding, no, I'm a woman today. Yes, sir. I think there actually are guidelines in place for dealing with that sort of thing. I think it ends up sort of depends on the country and all that. I think sometimes it depends a little bit on you know the gender assigned at birth is going to matter. Uh, so the biological sex, if you want to use that term, will matter. But I believe in Canada at least, there are also guidelines that trans people have a certain amount of say in which prison they go to, based on what they would feel more comfortable. Is it gender fluid? I forgot that they did that. I forgot that Izzard came out as gender fluid. Or did I even know that? I don't know, Em. My thoughts on same-sex bathrooms? Hey, it worked in Ally McBeal, right? Brooke, I haven't even ordered the pizza yet. I think that was Chelsea. Shit. What was her last name? I'm going to say Handler, but I know that that's a comedian. Chelsea Handler's a comedian. The Ms. Marvel trailer? Everything I've heard about the show, it looks like it's damned well made. Like the Ms. Marvel show, I've heard a lot of stuff about it that suggests that it is a phenomenally well made show that actually that strives for authenticity. I don't know, Donna. Find out long term. Editing and visuals. I mean, that's fair. A lot of people do like it, but I mean, it's I haven't ordered yet, Saint Monica. But obviously, different people are going to have different views. So, like, different people are going to like different things. But like, but I know I saw some women. I know I saw some Muslim women on Twitter talking about Nakia's discussion of the hijab. Um, and saying that it's one of the first times that they've actually felt seen in in fiction, in entertainment. Um, yeah, because they are things that have been important to me, Reaper. Marvel especially. Um, like Marvel's been a part of my life for as long as I've been alive. Like I literally can't remember a time where I wasn't reading Marvel comics. I did sort of break away from comics for a few years, sort of I think late high school until early 20s. Um, I sort of stopped reading comics for a few years, 3 or 4 years, but um, but it's like it's my entire life. DC, I read a little bit of DC as a kid, but not much. And I did reach a point where it's like, nope, I'm making a choice because I can only afford the time, money, and mental resources to obsess over one. I mean, maybe Reaper. I mean, I'm not giving it any more support. I'm not, haven't bought any, like, I haven't paid for any Disney stuff, including Marvel, for a while now. But yeah, I mean, Marvel, both Scotty. Marvel is just like it's a big part of my life, my identity. So of course I'm gonna still talk about it. Disney and Marvel merch is expensive. Yeah. Shrek. I think I watched the first Shrek movie, and my general opinion on it was, yeah, it was fine. I mean, not really quick. I mean, honestly, I would say that the average comic reader probably reads both Marvel and DC. I don't like pineapple on pizza. And yes, I'm ordering it now. Hey, Joanne. No, no pull for what kind of. What did I get on it? Yeah, I'm getting extra cheese, red onions, pepperoni, bacon, and ground beef, and a barbecue swirl. Hey, Joanne, I'm okay. You? I mean, I've probably been constipated. I don't really have many memories of it. All right, pizza is ordered. So it should be here in about 25 minutes. I do not wear Crocs, no. Only if you order your own, Jimmy. Where? I ordered from, no, it was Topper's Pizza. I do not own heels yet. Just fries. Yeah, I ordered from Topper's Pizza. Not mad, John. Not showing my feet. How much of a tip? 20%. There's like $5 tip, $5 or so for the tip. I don't really remember. Actually, the barbecue sauce goes like they do like a swirl right on top of the pizza. So like they're not gonna forget it because they literally put it right on top of the pizza. It's a topping, basically. Where does my name come from? Uh Chantel's weird. That's where the name comes from. Um Chantel is very weird when it comes to nicknames, so she gave me a weird nickname related to pizza. Um which she shortened. And yeah, it was just I think yeah, somebody suggested that as my channel name. Don't have pizza, but I'm about to air fry some pizza rolls. Nice, Jessica. I haven't, Scotty. Team said, not really. Has Chantel always craved attention? Oh, yes. Absolutely, she has. I haven't been in it lately. Not really. Um, got some groceries a couple days ago. Like, went to the grocery store a couple days ago. That's about it. Has job search coming? It's not. Did I get rid of any boxes? Of course not. I've not tried hot dogs on pizza now. Did my pizza an egg yolk once? Chef's kiss. Box are now legal tenants. Big ups, Chuck, Lincoln, Sneedwell, and Liquid. Thank you, Dandy. Yes, I was stoned. This shirt's fine, Hexy. I don't really want to work at a grocery store, yes, sir. Thanks, Ted. Biggest pizza? Oh, just a personal. So 4 slices, Irishman. So it's a very small pizza. Far past or distant future? Future. Absolutely the future. Healthcare? No, I would not be able to handle healthcare, working in healthcare. I would not be able to handle that. I am way too squeamish for that entire industry. West Worst Pizza? I don't really know. Retirement homes? I'd be way. It'd make me really uncomfortable. What can I handle? I don't really know anymore. Never saw the old Queer as Folk Hot Mess Life, so no, I haven't. I'm not going to be watching the new Queer as Folk. It's more power to them, but no real interest. Caitlin, you mean the fact that I'm just relying on my roommate for survival? Sure. Comic shop? Sure, if I could get employed at one, which I can't. Comic shops don't really hire. Sarah, I plan to. No, Kerman, I'd be way uncomfortable doing that sort of thing. Okay, that's a pretty solid burn, Brooke. Good on you. John, I would not give a shit. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't comment on it. I, whatever. Arbizzle. It started to feel hopeless. So I do need to update my resume and send a. Or have I updated my resume? I do want to send a. Do want to apply to volunteer at OPL. Working in a bank. I don't know. Hi, Chantel. Just because a thirsty bitch. OPL's Ottawa Public Library, Irishman. Oh, don't be mean, Chantal. How are the cats? They're fine. Casey was in my room earlier. Oh, I have a photo to send you, Chantal. Uh, Earlier, Sam was in my room in a bag in Timbit's house. He was like in the box in a bag. Yeah, I could apply Arbizzle. But again, it's just hard to get those kinds of jobs. It's hard to get a library job, and yeah. I ordered the pizza, Bernice. I ordered myself pizza already. What does Chantal smell like? Depends on when she last cleaned herself. Our joke, the joke we have is that she smells like assorted cheeses. You're leaving now? All right. See you tomorrow, Chantal. Sleep well. Kermit. I mean, I'd be fine with a bookstore as well. And I have applied at bookstores. But yeah, I mean, it's just, they're hard jobs to get. Barnes and Noble? Yeah, that's where I've applied, John. I applied at Barnes and Noble. Or no, it wasn't Barnes and Noble. It was Indigo. Indigo chapters. I don't think I've seen any job openings at Barnes and Noble in Ottawa. Sorry, just give me a second here. I got to send Chantel the photo I took. John, how'd I get that nickname? I think it's a shortening of pizza. Basically, I got it from Chantel being really goddamn weird. Sarah, I think she was Sarah. She was talking about someone in the chat. She was talking about Jessica wanting to get 15 minutes of fame from him. Scholastic. I mean, again, I think Scholastic probably has staff that they already set up for that. I mean, I haven't seen any job. I've never seen a Scholastic job listing. How would I feel if somebody asked me if if we had a copy? Um, I'd be, you know, I imagine I would probably be somewhat uncomfortable with it, but I'd answer the question. I'd tell them if we had it or not. Jimmy, no, I would not put the Bible under fiction because the Bible is. I'm pretty sure the Bible actually has a specific place where it's classed already. You put books where they're classed. Translate. I don't speak other languages, Bull. I only speak English. How am I going to translate if I don't speak the language I'm translating from? Hey, J Dot. Uh, Feeling any better today? Mark? Sometimes, yes. Janitor? Nah. Hey, Janine. Yeah, but I don't, Melton. Can't find mine conflict catchers. I would hope not, Sarah. Frankly, I'd hope that that book would be very difficult to find in general. It's a little bit awkward, Jimmy. Rose, you have not missed the pizza. Probably another 10 or 15 minutes for the pizza to get here. Oh, absolutely. I'd get a better paying job. Aishan? Probably. Probably does, actually. I don't think I have a favorite dictator, Craigslist. Down Under! Thank you very much, Down Under, for your pizza. Thank you very much. That is so generous. Hearts in the chat for Down Under. Jessica, so what happens, we take, at least in Western Ontario, in Eastern Ontario. So at least in Eastern Ontario, I can't really speak to other areas because I didn't grow up in other areas, but in Eastern Ontario, Ottawa, Cornwall, that sort of region near Quebec, French class is taught through all of elementary and the first year of high school, but I sucked at it. I was never good at it. And as soon as I no longer had to take it, I forgot all of it. So the 12, I never watched them, so whatever. Gene Roddenberry or George Lucas. I'll be honest, George Lucas is probably the better person. Vicky Levi, Little Red Dress Express, for your drink. Thank you very much, Vicky Levi. Hurts in the chat for Vicky. But yeah, Roddenberry was a prick. I mean, he sexually harassed, potentially raped the woman who played Janice Rand on the original Star Trek. Another story that always comes to mind, where with Gene Roddenberry, story that always comes to mind with him. Give me a second here. Who wrote the Star Trek? Alexander Courage. So Alexander Courage was hired to compose the theme for the original Star Trek series. A series that was always intended to be an instrumental piece. Gene Roddenberry wrote some shitty ass, half-assed, unusable lyrics for that theme. Sarah, it's not hiring, so I haven't applied to it. So yeah, Gene Roddenberry wrote shitty ass lyrics that he never actually intended to be used. He wrote those lyrics so that he could get a co-writing credit on the theme song, so that he could get royalties for it. He did it specifically to he did it. He screwed Alexander Goldsmith out of a portion of the royalties for the Star Trek theme. ATN1. It was just this horribly dickish thing to do. Like, it was just absolute bullshit. And that's sort of one of the stories that always sticks with me, because it says a lot about what kind of person he is. That he saw other people as resources to be exploited. That's good, Janine. So yeah, to the best of my awareness, George Lucas never did anything like that. Like, to the best of my knowledge, George Lucas never did anything that shitty. The Shins? I like a couple of Shins songs, but for the most part, they don't really get. I don't really get into them. Girl, drink drunk, Marin. I used to drink daiquiris. The worst thing Lucas did was episode 2. What is my favorite music? I like a lot of indie rock. I like just indie shit. Heartless Bastards. The Ting Tings. Regina Spektor. Paint nails. I don't have any. I don't have any nail paint, nail polish. I have nothing against hot dogs. I like hot dogs just fine. Oh, and I think my pizza might be here. So I'll be back in a few minutes once I've grabbed my pizza. All right, I jumped the gun slightly. Just checking the exactly where it is. Yeah, still 2 minutes away. All right, so it's 2 minutes away now. Took a shower today. So did I, J Dot. Favorite color? Red. Got a pizza? I wish Tim Hortons. I might get paid for that. There it is. Now my pizza's here. So once again, I'll be back in a couple minutes. John, because it was the obvious joke. Because that was too obvious a joke. Come on, Casey. How much was that pizza? Pizza itself, I think was like $12 for the pizza. But I mean, most of that's toppings. Because I don't really like leftover pizza leftovers. Hey, Lucat. So I got pepperoni, bacon, ground beef, and red onion. It's her final wish. Ground beef? Why not? Want a green? Yeah, I did. Papa John's. Nah, I've heard that Papa John's isn't particularly good. Do I only eat once a day? Usually, honestly, I do. And then snacks. I have snacks. Hobbit? I couldn't tell you. Papa John himself, yeah, is a white supremacist. He's no longer actually associated with his own pizza place, though. Papa John's as a company got rid of Papa John, the guy who founded the company, because because of his being a white supremacist. Yeah, when you found a company and that company later says "get the fuck out," you know you did something wrong. Down under, it is good. I don't think he just sang a word with or sang a song with the word. I think that he said like I think he expressed like a lot of like racist attitudes. Like he was just straight up racist. I'm pretty sure. Said that we're in a formal business meeting, which is. I mean, there's a lot that I've forgotten about the details. I have not, Julia. Paw Patrol is propaganda. Kidding. Nah, no interest in weed, Jimmy. I've tried it before and it did nothing for me. So, hey, villain. Indigo. I mean, I've applied at Indigo, Janine. I have applied there before, a couple of times. Marcanifin? I've gotten drunk. I didn't enjoy it. Oh, you mean Indigo the weed? Never mind. Thanks, Kelly. I figure you need to know something about weed, Scotty. So, yeah, I'm fine, John. What do I think of Blair White? I don't. I don't think of Blair White ever. Oh, suing Pinky Farms. Nah. Why bother? 911 dispatcher? Nah. Too stressful. Way too much stress. Do I think of Barbara Bush? Nope. Why would I? Chantel's fine. I have no idea, SJM, if there's Toppers pizzas in other places. Toppings: pepperoni, bacon, ground beef, red onion, and barbecue sauce. And I think I got extra cheese too. How's my day? Slept in super late. I have not, Sarah. I have not, Julia. Time now to go to bed. It's like 6:30 when I went to bed, so. Punky, that's a kind of joke that makes. That's the kind of joke that in a cartoon, one of those long ass sticks with like one of those long ass canes with like a curve on the end, comes out and just swipes the person off stage. I have not tried meth, Lucas. Yes, Liz, I do think drugs should be decriminalized. No hot sauce? Nah. Probably a good idea, Luke. Not that I'm one to talk for not eating out. Domino's or pizza? Not really a fan of either of them. Happy Sky. I always find that big chain pizza places end up having, honestly, mediocre pizza. I like having a roommate, Sarah. Or I suppose I should say, I like living with Chantel. No, I never get scared in the alone in the ville. No, it doesn't scare me. My mental health been? Meh. Same as usual. And because I wasn't comfortable living there. Never lived entirely alone, though, Julia. Why wasn't I comfortable? Because I was just renting a room from some stranger. Liz, she is whiny. Oh, why is that, Kelly? I mean, I'm pretty sure I probably could have used it, but it wasn't comfortable doing it. So no, I left my room as seldom as possible. Cool, Pocket Girl. Liz, I'll bring the turd back in a bit. What is a woman? A miserable pile of secrets. That's pretty good, Janine. That's nice. It was a joke, random. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. Was it Castlevania? It's from one of the, I think, Castlevania games. I think yeah. So it's a line from a video game. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. Hey, Melody. So I was referencing that one. New Girl? Maybe. Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson's an asshole. Saw that Jordan Peterson got a. Sure, J Dot. Can I always ask a question? I saw that. Told her I was sorry for trolling. Owned it. All right. All right, Kelly. I'll pass it along. Anyway, yeah, I did hear about that, Liz. No, I am, but Jordan Peterson actually is. Jordan Peterson just got a Twitter suspension for deliberately misgendering and deadnaming Elliot Page, and then basically calling for all transition related care to be criminalized. Like Peterson said that the surgeon who did the top surgery on Elliot Page should be in prison. Jordan Peterson effectively wants to ban trans people from existing. He wants he just wants to criminalize being trans. I saw the tweet, Irishman. Like, I've seen the actual tweet that he did, and his exact phrasing was that the surgeon who did Elliot Page's top surgery should be in prison. That was what he said. Though he didn't call it, he didn't say Elliot. He said he used Elliot's dead name and used her. Nope. He said it. He said it, John. He absolutely said it. You can find people screenshotted the tweet. You can find screenshots of the tweet out there. Dead named and misgendered Elliot Page and said that the surgeon who did the top surgery should be in prison. Elliot's dead name, none of your fucking business. Irrelevant. Elliot's dead name is completely fucking irrelevant. Grab. I haven't been paying much attention to the. fucking is Irishman. His actual fucking words were that the doctor should be in prison. And, again, used Elliot's dead name and misgendered him. Or whatever the exact phrasing was. But yeah, basically he wanted that doctor to be punished for doing, or what was it, he should face criminal charges or something like that, Irishman? What was the exact phrasing he used? Criminal physician. Yeah. I'm actually deleting that tweet because, again, I'm going to delete the tweet because, again, it is, or that comment, because it is using the dead naming and misgendering again. Not going to block you for it, but yeah, like he called him a criminal physician, which is basically saying, like, what other fucking possible fucking interpretation of it can you find other than he thinks that doing top surgery should be a criminal act? I didn't block you, Irishman. I didn't block you. I just deleted the comment because again, it does use the. Like again, like he used fucking. Yes, a dead name is the actor that is the name that a trans person is assigned at birth prior to them transitioning. No, Irishman, I'm pretty sure that it's just a regular physician, just a regular doctor. And he used the phrase criminal physician because he was calling for any and all transition related surgeries to be criminalized. He wants transition to be criminalized. He wants to ban trans people from existing. That's what he wants to do. There's honestly no other way of interpreting his comment. Elliot, casual. It's Elliot. Andy, I don't give a shit. He wants to ban anyone who he wants to ban. Like he wants to ban anyone who does transition surgery from being criminalized. He wants to ban that type of surgery, which basically means he wants to trans people to not exist. He wants to just make it impossible to exist as a trans person. Irishman, that fucking tweet says it. Like, that tweet that you pulled up. He misgendered and dead named Elliot Page. He refuses. He absolutely refuses to acknowledge that Elliot Page is who Elliot Page fucking says he is. And criminal physician, he is saying there is no other interpretation beyond he wants to criminalize transition-related care. He wants to criminalize transition-related care. That is his position. He wants to criminalize transition-related care. There is no other interpretation. Nothing. There is no other way to interpret that comment. Then fucking prove it, Irishman. And beyond that, again, he showed complete, total disrespect and contempt for Elliot Page by refusing to use Elliot Page's name. He refuses to use Elliot Page's actual name. He used the criminal physician comment in the same sentence where he was refusing to acknowledge that Elliot Page is who Page says he is. The context of the tweet makes clear that he wants doctors who provide gender affirming surgery to be criminalized. The tweet makes that 100% clear that that was what he meant. Well, fuck off, and trans people make up like 1% of the population. It is not a stretch at all, Irishman. Casual dude. I'm just going to say this. Elliot. His name is Elliot now. Call him Elliot Page. Stop using his dead name. That is disrespectful to continually use his dead name. I mean, it's a shitty thing to do, guy. But whatever. So yeah, Jordan Peterson is a transphobic sack of shit. Jordan Peterson is a transphobic sack of shit who wants to make it impossible for trans people to exist in society. So fuck Jordan Peterson and fuck all his fans. Not Julie, I'll have the same birthday. Dave, the acceptable thing when accidentally dead naming, the acceptable thing to do is to correct yourself and apologize. Like it's not erasing history, casual dude. It's respecting who he is. I mean, he is a baby, Brayden. Yes, Elliot Page was in X-Men. I mean, it kind of is casual dude. Because their previous name is no longer relevant. It's not who they are. No, you cannot, Guy Fieri. Because that's dead naming. I mean, I'd say different from that crap, but no, not heard of Dr. Don Wario. Sarah? I mean, they shouldn't. The dude's a Nazi, Irishman. I don't give a shit what the Nazi says. I'm gonna tell the Nazi, fuck off, Nazi. I'm not attracted to men crap. So no. Yeah, John, I think I probably would. All right. Give me a couple minutes. Sorry, just needed to wash my hands. Excuse me. Yeah. As far as like you know, why wouldn't you listen to the Nazi if you agree with most of what he says? I mean, it's the same as like, why you don't work with transphobes, why you don't work with racists. Uh, Sarah? No, I mean, I haven't changed my name yet, and that's a nickname anyway, so you can keep calling me that. So, Irishman, here is the thing. There's a pretty well-known Twitter thread. A guy wrote story about about a time that he went to a bar, just kind of like a fairly shitty dive bar. Um, Irishman, when that one that exists is like this entire group of people does not deserve rights. That's a shitty ass fuck. That's a pretty fucking important point. Um, anyway, so the guy went to a bar, uh, kind of a shitty bar, and was having a drink, and dude walked in and sat down beside him, asked for a drink, and the bartender told the second dude to get out and like reach for a baseball bat. So guy left. First guy asked why the bartender kicked the other guy out, and bartender told him that the guy had some had like some Nazi symbols on him, like some badges and shit like that. That noted him as a neo-Nazi. And the guy, the guy wasn't being rude or anything like that, but kicked him out because you do not let Nazis into your bar. Because if the bartender had said, fine, you can have a drink, let him have a drink, guy would, become a regular. He'd start bringing his friends who'd become regulars, and they'd bring their friends and more friends, and eventually you've got a Nazi bar. You do not tolerate Nazis. Hey, Sosuke. They absolutely exist, Sosuke. The point, Irishman, is that you do not tolerate those people. As soon as they show up, as soon as they make clear what their beliefs are, you fucking kick them out. You tell them to fuck off, and you chase them. You punch them, you chase them out. You do not listen to them. You do not tolerate people who push for intolerance. So I wouldn't because I'm a pussy. Irishman, that dude's not going to be the one who finds a cure for cancer. Yep. Nazi punks, fuck off. Casual dude, depends on the context of the joke, casual dude. Depends on the target of the joke. I mean, they did a little bit, Pepper. They didn't actually do that much to contribute to modern medicine. I mean, that assumes that I agree with Operation Paperclip. But no, like I said, if if I agreed with 9/10 of what somebody said, but that 10th thing was, ban Muslims, I don't agree with anything that guy says. Like, as soon as, all right. Yeah. It doesn't matter how many points I agree with somebody on. As soon as one of their points is, let's strip human rights from this group of people, I agree with nothing that person says anymore. I want that person to no longer be part of any conversation, because they have proven that no matter what else they say, the moment they're okay, the moment they advocate for stripping people's rights, they are invalid. Everything else they say is invalid. So they can fuck off, get the fuck out of there. As soon as that point comes out, they need to be shamed into silence. You know, like, if the point I disagree with is something like, you know, disagreeing on a movie. Yeah, nice fucking straw man, Irishman. That's a fucking bullshit straw man, and you know it. Zed, I would say that I disagree with a blanket discrimination on Islam, but same as I disagree with a blanket discrimination against Christianity, because there's a lot of Christians who also think that being gay is a terrible thing and want to strip rights from gay people. Um, but yeah, I absolutely understand gay people being uncomfortable with, conservative Islam and conservative Christianity as well. John, I mean, there are Muslims who tolerate queer people. I've heard that Craigslist. I don't know that it's a lot, but I know there are definitely some. Yeah. Hey, West Coast lass. Yeah. Like, there's Islamic governments, countries with Islamic governments do tend to definitely be very oppressive, unfortunately. Um, for now, there are a growing number of Muslims, particularly in uh, more developed countries, but even in even in Muslim dominant countries, there are a growing number. Hey, EXO, there's a growing number of Muslims who are tolerant of queer people. So progress is slow in those countries, unfortunately. It is gradually changing, though. It'll be decades. Like, it's going to be decades before somewhere like Saudi Arabia uh, stops treating queer people as a crime. I didn't deny that, AM. Now, like I said, I don't support regime change. It will. They will, Dandy. Like I said, it'll be decades. It's gonna be decades, but it'll happen. Ultimately, it's one of those things that is ultimately going to be inevitable. I do not turquoise. What do people mean by queer when they queer? Just LGBTQ plus, LGBTQIA A2S plus. It basically, honestly, people use it because it's quicker than saying LGBTQ plus. Do I support wildfires? Generally not. It is actually. Queer is a blanket term for all the people who fall under that umbrella. Hey, Clunker. Then it's worth noting that I would say yes, Jessica. Because, I mean, the thing is, queer is used in academic circles. Like, queer is actually the academic term. Queer history, queer studies, queer culture. They're like, hey, behind the scenes. No, I have no intention on seeing the Barbie movie. Yes, Irish. The two. It's 2S, two spirits, which is something in some indigenous communities. You can say F slur. I would say gay men can use it. Yeah, 2S. It's two spirits. Some indigenous communities, some indigenous peoples, basically believe have always had a belief that there are some people who are not just male or female. They're not just one or the other. Indigenous days, pretty much. Petrichorium. Wouldn't wet be internalized homophobia, Marin? AM? Because white people. That's why AM. Though actually, speaking of indigenous people being treated poorly, Supreme Court is just decided to issue a ruling that ignored all precedents and all treaties and declared that Oklahoma can arrest and try non-native people for crimes committed on native land. Which is bullshit. But how shocking, how utterly shocking that a bunch of white conservatives don't actually care about the sovereignty of indigenous people. Shocking, right? I think it was a little bit longer than 15 years, but not much. I think the last I believe, I want to say 2003 that the last. Fuck, I'm blanking on the name again. Residential school. Give me a second. I forget when the last residential school closed in Canada. Give me a second here. 1997. So yeah, not quite a little more than 15 years ago, since that nuns stopped murdering indigenous people. 1997. 1997 that the last residential school closed. So I was 12. Yeah, I was 12 when the last residential school closed. So that shit was in my lifetime. Hey, Tuhu. I don't think Canada owns any nukes now. I don't know, Zed. I am not Jewish, J. Dot. To the best of my knowledge, I have no Jewish ancestry. Hey, Yorkie. And yeah, we have no nuclear weapons of our own. Dude, yes, I was just commenting on that. Um, that not at all surprising that a bunch of white conservatives decided to ignore sovereignty of indigenous people. How, like, what a big surprise that is, that they don't actually give a shit about treaties and shit like that. Though again, it's not much better in Canada. Uh, just uh, just a couple months ago, Quebec passed a bill, a French language bill that that I know a lot of. I don't remember. Some of the details of it went a little bit over my head, but I know that a lot of I know that First Nations in Quebec, First Nations people in Quebec, hated the bill, opposed it violently, or opposed it, passionately. Canada's paid. Oh, did we? That's fine, I guess. It's a start. Thanks, Amanda. That's exactly it, Killface. White guilt is a way of centering white people. Like, people talk about, conservatives like to bring up the idea of white guilt. They always go on about that shit. Anytime that somebody tries to talk about historical injustices towards people of color, uh, the immediate bullshit from conservatives is, oh, so you want white guilt. And the thing of it is, white guilt is a myth. white guilt is not what anybody actually wants. Because white guilt is a way of centering white people in discussions of historical treatment of people of color. Like, that's ridiculous. It's nothing, it's fucking nothing to do with us. Like, when we talk about residential schools in Canada, how white people feel about it is not the issue. The issue is indigenous, native, First Nations people had their children stripped from them to be raised in Christian schools that tried to erase their culture. Like, it's not about us, it's about what was done to those people. White guilt? Fuck white guilt. It's not about guilt, it's about fucking history. It's about actual fucking historical facts. Is that, I don't know, maybe. Right, yeah. But like, the point isn't to make us feel guilty. Like, whenever we discuss residential schools, the discussion is not about how guilty white people should feel about it, because it's not about us. It's about the indigenous people who were the victims of genocide. Well, they wear orange on September 30th. I don't know. I don't own any orange. Bill C11. Yeah. Exactly, to who? It's a way of white guilt is a rhetorical argument used to dismiss any discussion of historical injustices. That's all that white guilt is. It's a way of zooms. Not sure what Chantal and I will be doing. Once Chantal gets home, we'll talk about what to do on Friday. What do I think? I think that it was a pretty impressive achievement. A nightmare about aliens taking over, but they looked like T-Rex. I woke up still scared. I can understand that, Kelly. That would be a pretty scary idea. Bunch of alien dinosaurs taking over the world. It's night where I'm at too. It's 11 p.m. right now. I did not block you, random viewer. Yeah, somebody asked earlier what time it was. It's 11 p.m. where I am right now, Eastern Ontario. Right, aliens are real? Probably not. Aaron? Yeah, I forgot what I was aware of it. I forgot that it was actually in September. Will I wear orange? I don't know. I don't own anything orange, so I don't know. What day will that fall on anyway? It'll fall on a Friday. So I don't know. I might try to do something. No. In Ontario, in Ontario, people aren't mean when you say you don't speak French. In parts of Quebec, oh hell yeah. Never watched Orange is the New Black. I never there are parts of Quebec that are absolutely going to shame people who don't speak French. Chantel went to a French immersion school, so she grew up learning conversational French. I went to a regular school. We had French classes, but it was just like, you know, 45 minutes a day of basic French. No, get out of here, Loch Ness Monster. I mean, you may say that as a joke, John, but I actually think that she probably is more smarter than I am. She just doesn't have my vast range of useless trivia. It's 4 a.m. in England. I'm usually up that late anyway, so. Yeah, it's shitty, John. Insomniac's Wolverine game. I mean, not gonna. I'm probably. I don't imagine I'll be playing it. US doesn't have an official language. I mean, it kind of does. English. In the US, it's damn near impossible to get by in the US if you don't know English. Same is true in most of Canada. Quebec, you can get by just speaking just French, and in the Maritimes, you can kind of manage if you speak just French. But yeah, Canada and the US, English is essentially the official language. True too, but yeah, it's just it's like I said, it's really hard to get by without it. I would say that English is a de facto official language. Spinach class after lettuce class. I don't speak Spanish now. All right, fair enough, Tuhu. Bog fan. Bogs are pretty great potted plant. I am skeptical, EXO. Tons of yes. I visited a few. I technically visited a few times in the U.S., but I was like, it was a city like it was a mall that was right across the border. My mom does not speak Gaelic. I think she might know like a few phrases here and there in Gaelic, but no, she doesn't know. No. Sorry, Slimart. Yeah, Europe tends to be pretty xenophobic. I don't take anger management. I know English and Pig Latin. No, I need to get my passport. I should get a passport. It's something that's good to have. But we have Wendy's in Canada. Yes, we have Wendy's. Not a fan of Wendy's. I'm not a fan of Wendy's because burgers are round. Damn it. Hamburger patties are meant to be round, not square, round. I will fucking die on this hill. Thoughts on 1350s? Pretty shitty time. Thoughts on the British causing the Celtic genocide and making Gaelic their language? The British did a lot of shitty things. My fourth plan for 4th of July weekend is same plan as every weekend. Honestly, I'm Canadian. Why do I care about the 4th of July? We got the 1st of July. Canada Day is 1st of July. Gaelic was always going to be a dead language. Gaelic makes no goddamn sense. Ooh, ASL, nice. Learning Korean and Japanese. Nice. That is very impressive, EXO. No, don't do that, Jessica. What's my name? I'm James. My name is James. I don't really agree with Zionism. Irish was a dead language. No way more people learn it every year. Technically, if people still speak it, it's not technically dead. Right? I think if people still speak it like conversationally, it's not really a dead language. Latin is a dead language because there's no conversational Latin. It still occasionally gets used in some, like in the Catholic Church. There's I think, some Catholic churches that will use Latin during sermons, but there's no conversational Latin. Got a Warhammer 40k up your life? More Deca. Zooms. Chantal. It's Chantal's nickname for me. I think she originally started calling me Pizza and then shortened it. Cool, Killface. What's my nickname for Chantal? I call her Fiss with an F. I don't know, Alyssa. Eh. Nah. Pass on it, John. Sasuke? Yep. I mean, yeah, of course they are. Everything the Republicans say is a lie. They have no actual ethics. Like, ethics are a completely alien concept to the Republican Party. So they will ignore everything they say. Like, anything they say, they'll just do the complete opposite. If as the very second it becomes convenient for them. Sapir-Whorf theory? No, Boris Johnson's an asshole. Boris Johnson fucking sucks. Like, Boris Johnson is just a shitty ass person and a shitty ass politician. There is nothing good about Boris fucking Johnson. How do I feel about Stephen Harper? He sucked. Stephen Harper sucked. He was bad for the country. He did a lot of harm. I mean, maybe a little bit Okay, this part's a little bit selfish, but he was also really bad for the for libraries. He ended up cutting library funding. Um, so it did. He did also like reduce the number of library jobs that were available for a while. What do I think of Zelensky? He seems to be doing a pretty good job. Dandy, I will not unban anyone. I try to be very tolerant. Like I try not. I for all the like. Hey Ephraim, cat woke me up. Yeah, they do that. Exactly, Sarah. Bad for universities. Yeah, yeah. Like I genuinely like. I ban as little as possible. I actually try not to ban people for the most part. I put up with a lot of bullshit. Like I'm willing to tolerate a lot of bullshit in my chat, as most of you can attest, as most of the people in my chat can attest. I end up tolerating a lot of bullshit. So if I ban someone, it's for good reason, and I'm never fucking unbanning them. Ever. I will not, like, if I ban someone, that is a permanent ban. I will not lift it because they proved that they are not going to be. No donations to unban now. Like I said, if I ban someone, it was for good reason, and they did something that proved that I do not want them uh, in my chat. What zodiac? I'm an Aquarius. Yeah, I probably do, Exo. No, Zed. If I ban you, you're banned forever. So that's numbers. I don't think I'd have to count Irishmen, and I'm not counting. Like it doesn't give you like just the total number. It's just a list of everyone you've banned, and I'm not counting. Shit, no, I've only got 10 fingers, and I'm wearing socks, so I can't use my toes. Unlock emojis. Are emojis not permitted? Is there something I need to do to unlock emojis? That's news to me, Snake. Favorite fruit? I don't know. Probably strawberries. Hey, Rupee. My long-term goals? I don't know. That's something I need to come up with. Hey, Bats. AM? Somewhat, I guess. How long do I usually stream for? I usually stream for about 2 hours. Cool Ranch Doritos and blue cheese. Not a fan, Zooms. I'm not a fan. Live in a converted van one day. Not for me. That is not something I would want to do. Favorite hobby? Uh, does jerking it count? Reading. My favorite hobby would be reading. I mean, there's some conditions, Andrea, but mostly unconditionally. No, AM, I would not. Elliot? Sometimes. Don't be rude, bats. Favorite animal? Cats. I love cats. I watch plenty of porn in Aripsa. I haven't actually jerked off yet today. Favorite race of people? I don't have a favorite race. Favorite color? Red. Hellion? Yeah, it varies. How chill I am varies. Learn cleaner than my. Not right now, Sassy. Right now, Chantal's room is actually cleaner. She did a pretty deep clean. I need to give my room a vacuum. Trying to record voiceovers, and all I hear is I haven't jerked off today. Yes, sir. Most days. I jerk off most days. Dave? Again, I don't have a least favorite race of people either. Or we're doing fine. I apologize for putting that mental image in your head, Alyssa. Often do I take a shower? Uh, Usually every second day. Sometimes gets extended out to a third day. No, I would not do a nofap. Where are the cats? Yeah, I think they're both downstairs. No, don't watch any Buck Angel. The longest I've gone without a shower? Probably 4 or 5 days. Would probably be the longest I've ever gone without a shower. I like a lot of amateur porn, bats. I like lesbian porn. Dave, my thought is that I still don't care about Ethan Ralph. Okay. Good night, potted plant. Sasuke? A lot of it is. Professional porn in particular is exploitative. I know I should, but I am deeply, deeply cheap. Killface, there absolutely is. Like, not even like it's they're 100%. Like, there's a ton of it. There's a lot of My Little Pony porn out there, which is not a great thing. Um, like affiliation of, I mean, everybody in the everybody in the My Little Pony community knows that there's My Little Pony porn. I don't, yes, sir. I don't understand the appeal of it. And like, there's different types of My Little Pony porn. But yeah, it's a it's a controversy. No, Alyssa, I haven't. But like, it's a legitimate controversy among the My Little Pony community. Um, because one of the unfortunate things is that kids do stumble on it. Hey, plain cheeseburger, you don't come into my chat enough, plain cheeseburger. Like, even setting aside the kink shaming shit, a lot of kids have come across that porn. They'll Google Twilight Princess and they'll find not doing too bad cheeseburger. And yeah, they'll Google uh they'll Google Twilight Princess and find images of her having sex. So it's a lot of people do have problems with it. Zooms, COVID never went away. What did I say? What did I say, Irishman? Did I not say Twilight Sparkle? What did I say? Zelda? I have plenty of that. Twilight Prince. Oh, I said Twilight Princess? That's kind of funny. Do I want today? I don't know, Sleepy Bird. Undecided. But anyway, yeah. So it's like it honestly is like a genuine controversy among the My Little Pony community, how much porn there is. I don't think that I'd want to do a porn, Dave Watson. Pasta, how does one know that they're trans? Typically, they just know. It's one of those things where it's like they just figure it out about themselves. What do I like? I mean, it's just Friendship is Magic specifically is the show I watched. And I mean, it's fun. It's positive. It's well made. It's a good show. Esther, as a kid, no, I never really thought about my gender as a kid. Pasta, no. There's no medical test for it. What it kind of comes down to is if you spend a lot of time thinking about your gender, like if you spend a lot of time wondering if you might be trans, you're probably trans. Probably. Is She-Ra hot? I mean, she's a teenager. So it's okay to pay for sex even if you can get it other ways. No, Dave Watson, I did not. Hey, Vegas doll, welcome. She was not the first person I had sex with. Hentai? Nah, I don't really like hentai, honestly. Alyssa, yes, I have. Sleepy Bird? I guess probably thighs. Pasta, it's psychological test. Like you talk to therapists beforehand. Like what medical test would you even do for that? But no, you do need to actually talk to psychologists before they'll even recommend hormones. There are a lot of safeguards in place to ensure that people who start transition are sure that they want to start transitioning. Thing is, Elliot, very, very few people psychological tester. I mean, like I said, you talk to people, you talk to therapists, you talk to counselors, psychologists. John, I think they're ready to. I think at that age they're ready to start social transition. I think at that age, if they want to wear different clothes, if they want to use a different name. So Cade, probably. People always talk about like, oh, what about people who regret it? There's a 14% rate of regret on all surgery. Like of any type, like across all types of surgeries. The rate of people who regret getting any type of surgery for anything, for any condition. Not like we're not talking about specific to trans people, like all surgeries for everything. 14% rate for regret. You know, whether that's plastic surgery, whether it's medically required surgery, all of it. It's 14% regret rate. Yeah, it includes those. It includes I believe the rate. I believe the number includes those West Coast last. So this is a study from the National Library of Medicine. You know, it's hard to call that a biased source, right? You know, it's like they are who they are. Like it's well, people ask where I got the information from. There you go. Whether people open the link or not, you know, if people don't believe me, they can do their own research. If they don't want to look at the source that I quote, you can do your own research. Fine. So 14% for all surgeries, which does include even life-saving ones. That said, obviously the life-saving ones tend to have lower regret rates. Regret rates for people who get for transgender surgery, for trans affirming, what I should say is gender affirming. So trans regret rates for gender affirming surgery tends to be around 1%. Like, the fact is, you're more likely to regret surgery for cancer than you are for transitioning. So it's just it's rare. And honestly, like trans people make up like 1% of the population, and then 1% of that population actually regrets transitioning. No, Ginger. I would say that detransitioning is prominent right now because transphobes are using it as a cudgel. Fuck that, John. I have not learned this. How do you know if you'll be the 1% of trans people? Again, it's people know. Hey, Teresa. I couldn't tell you, Suska. I haven't transitioned, so I wouldn't know. Hellion, there's a link. There does seem to be a strange link between being autistic and being queer of, you know, of any type. Hey, Jamie. Yes, I'm aware of that, AM. And it's worth noting that person got their surgery at 30 fucking 1 after 6 years of uh like consultations and shit. Like they were an adult. Like compassion. Like, yeah, obviously, I have compassion for that person. It sucks that the thing they thought would help them didn't. Like it sucks that it sucks for them that they went through that. But they were an adult. They were told the risks. It's they were exactly the type of person that the gender critical crowd says should have that right. Claims should have that right. They were not a fucking child. They were 31 when they had the surgery. 30 fucking 1. At some point, personal accountability has to come into play here. Rivers, I don't know what sort of surgeries I may or may not get. I don't know, Astrid. We'll see. West Coast last. I don't remember. That was like a year ago. Thanks, Jessica. 31 team. Honestly, the GCs, the gender criticals probably do think 31 is too young because the gender criticals want to get rid of transition. The gender critical people want their long-term goal. The long-term goal of the gender criticals is to just abolish trans people. They want to make it, they just want to prevent anyone of any age from transitioning. More and more of them are making clear that that's their agenda. Was it Helen Joyce said that the goal is fewer trans people? Like straight up, she just said that there needs to be fewer trans people. You know what the psychological help is, Donald? Fucking transition. If somebody has gender dysphoria, the way to treat it is actually fucking transitioning. That is the actual fucking treatment for it. Andrea, I don't think they are. I don't think it is. The vast majority of gender criticals simply hate trans people. The vast majority of gender criticals want to make it impossible to exist as a trans person. That's their long-term goal. They want trans people to not be able to transition. That is their long-term goal. More and more of them are actually making clear that that's their long-term goal. Yes, TERFs. They are TERFs. I'm sure spaghetti. I mean, that happens with every surgery, though. Again, 14% regret rate for all types of surgery. 1% regret rate for gender affirming surgery. Trans people don't, like, very, 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 very few trans people actually regret it. When 99% of people who transition are happy with the decision, you don't make it harder just because of 1%. Did you know that? Because that's what studies have found. Makeup? I don't think I'll be doing makeup. West Coast Last? I don't think so. To the best of my knowledge, there's no link between being trans and being abused. I mean, same as there's no actual connection between being gay and being a victim of sexual abuse, which used to be the line. Like, that used to be used, like, that used to be a common stereotype about gay men. You know, back in the olden days of 20 years ago, homophobes would claim that gay men turned out that way because they were sexually abused as kids. That was like that was common thinking among homophobes. I wonder what happened if it. Why would anything happen, Jessica? There are some similarities, though, Sarah. And I mean, the point stands. Pretty much all of, like, pretty much any of the arguments that people use against trans people are just recycled from 1980s gay panic. You know, not wanting them in changing rooms and locker rooms. That was a big thing back in the 80s. Probably not for much longer, Casual. I mean, I will be changing, Hellion. Yeah, Stefan. And like I said, even in the 80s, there were people who didn't want lesbians in women's locker rooms. Like that used to be a real thing. Women would claim they were uncomfortable having lesbians in women's locker rooms. Because, oh, what if they try to, hey, NASA Jen, what if they tried to sexually assault me? It's just, it's fucking reheated 80s homophobic bullshit. No, John. I wouldn't say so, Peter. Thing is, though, AM, back in the 80s, lesbians were treated as a threat to women. Like that used to be an argument. People used to claim that gay men were a threat to men and to children. I mean, shit, holy shit, did they ever accuse gay men of being a threat to children? And a lot of people still treat gay men as being inherently a threat to children. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of gender critical arguments are actually the same arguments that were made about gay people back in the 80s and even today. And a lot of them, and a lot of gender criticals are pretty content to keep working with outright homophobes. Donald, no, gender critical is what they call themselves. I put it in quotation marks because they're not actually critical of gender. There's no actual like critical analysis of gender going on among them. Hey, Milky. Like trans people are gender critical because they are like critically analyzing concepts of gender. Uh, the people who call themselves gender critical are actually just gender absolutists. Feeder? Uh, it depends on the alien species. It depends on the alien species and what the writer decided to use. Except Hellion, I remember the BBC. I think I remember BBC put out an article about these lesbians claim to be pressured by trans women, and of the stories used, uh, one of them was about a woman whose uh, whose girlfriend wanted a threesome with a trans woman. No trans woman was ever actually involved in the fucking in the whole thing. But, you know, this woman, this lesbian's girlfriend wanted a threesome with a trans woman, which is also actually kind of fetishizing trans people, which is also pretty shitty. But regardless, like I said, like she wanted to, like, no trans woman was actually pressuring her. It was her cisgender girlfriend pressuring her. And yes, Lily Cade. They used Lily Cade as an example. Lily Cade was asked by a producer to do a video with a specific woman. And Lily Cade originally agreed to do the video. But then she looked the woman up and found out that she was trans. And she backed out. She sent an email apologizing to the other performer. All that. So yeah. Again, Lily was never actually pressured by anyone. Even her fucking producer didn't actually pressure her. She just said, hey, you want to do a video with this performer? And, you know, Cade was like, sure. And then later on was like, oh, that was actually Hellion. No, Hellion. Do you want to know why Lily Cade was harassed off the internet? She was harassed off the internet because she is a fucking sexual abuser. Lily Cade sexually abuses women. That's why she was harassed. She's a fucking rapist. That's why Lily Cade was harassed, was because she fucking rapes women. She has sexually assaulted women. And then she wrote a fucking tirade on her blog calling for trans people to be fucking murdered. It is true, Hellion. There's a ton of allegations against Lily Cade. She's fucking admitted. Yeah. Attacks in bathrooms. Look it up, Hellion. Look up Lily Cade sexual assault. She's done it. Like, she's admitted to it. There's been a bunch of allegations against her, and she admitted to it. And then, like I said, she wrote a tirade on her blog calling for trans people to be straight up fucking murdered. So that BBC article about, like, oh, trans women are trying to pressure lesbians into sex was bullshit. It was absolute bullshit, the fear-mongering bullshit that used an actual fucking sexual assaulter as one of the people defending lesbians. Like, it's horrible shit. Chibi, hey, goth girl. The vast majority of trans women never try to pressure lesbians. Yeah, I know you, Rara. Like, you might get a small handful of shitty ass trans people because, hey, any group has shitty people in it. But it's very few trans women actually try to pressure lesbians into sex. Most of them are just living their own fucking life. Most of them are dating other trans women. Most trans women are dating other trans women. Yeah, I heard about that Irishman. She went to she went to a crisis center that is open about being trans inclusive. She was told ahead of time that they allowed trans women into these group therapy sessions. And then because she was uncomfortable being in the same room as a trans woman, she was like, no, I'm going to sue. Like, it's bullshit. Like, this woman is not the fucking hero of this story. Yeah, she's suing a rape crisis center because she was uncomfortable sitting in the same fucking room as a trans woman. Still bullshit, Am. That trans woman was there because she was fucking raped. That trans woman was in that room because she is another victim. Alternatively, they can get the fuck over themselves and realize and recognize that trans women are women. I have empathy for what she went through, but she is not the fucking hero of this story. What I'm saying is that she needs to fucking get over her transphobia. I didn't mention that earlier, Leanne. I have mentioned that in previous streams, Leanne. That yeah, they don't regret transitioning. It's social pressures. She's not the victim of this story either, AM. I mean, she's a victim in that she was the victim of sexual assault. She's a victim in that sense, but she's not a victim of this crisis center fucking letting trans people exist in the same room as she's in. She's not a victim of being in the same room as a fucking trans woman. Like, it's shitty of her. Like, the fact that she's suing that crisis center is straight up fucking shitty of her. It is a shitty thing for her to be doing. I don't have any life adventures, John. Again, it's just because she's that fucking uncomfortable being in the same goddamn room as a trans person. I'm not gonna fucking kill myself, Monica. Fuck off. Like I said, Hellion, she was told that, like, that particular clinic is not at all secretive about being trans inclusive. Except it was a transphobia Irishman. Like she's being straight up transphobic. Like she is. It's just straight up transphobia. And I mean, like I said, she was told when she went there that they allowed trans women into those sessions. So no, I cannot touch my nose with my tongue. Maybe spaghetti, but if that's the case, then she shouldn't be fucking suing the clinic. Exactly, Killface. She's uncomfortable, whatever. But she's trying to make other people uncomfortable too. She's trying to make her discomfort everyone else's problem. She's trying to make her discomfort the problem of the clinic and everyone that the clinic treats. No, I cannot touch my tongue to my elbow. No. And I'm actually going to end the live here. Yeah, I'm ready to. All that aside, I'm ready to end the live here. All that aside, so as always, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Exactly, Jessica. So, yeah. So thanks for coming, and more Mass Effect tomorrow. And I'll see what we do on Fandom. I'll see what I do on Friday for Canada Day. I have no idea what I'll do on Canada Day. But anyway, thanks for watching, and have a nice night.